Well, hello there, Aquarius. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your 2023 tarot reading. We're going to look at first at the overall energies for the year, and then I'm going to break the rest of the reading into three parts. We'll have the first part will be a general tarot reading for the year, and then I'll have another part that's career and money oriented, and then a third part that is love and relationships. So I'll have those different sections in timestamp down below in the description box. So if you want to skip to one of those areas after we get through with the overall general energies, then you can do so. All right, so let's get into this. What do we have here? Cat Spirit, claim your independence and in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. Okay, so there's this energy that I'm getting with the claim your independence. I feel like maybe there's something that you are trying to flow away from, something that maybe has taken a lot of your time, your energy, even your financial wherewithal, your money, your energy in your financial sector. It's kind of like something has kind of taken control of it. It's this sense that tangible things have kind of left your life a little bit, like your money has left your life, but you've been giving it into a certain sector of your life. Now you're kind of like reclaiming your independence, whether this is like in your career sector, you're taking back your energy, you're not overgiving in it. Could be overgiving in a relationship, or you could just be giving out. There's almost this sense of giving out money, almost like free flowing your money, allowing your money to leave your, and it's in a generous nature, but I feel like all of a sudden you're realizing, wait a minute, I don't have enough for myself. That's the energy that I'm getting there. So this is lovely because I feel like what you're doing is you're reclaiming your independence, your power, and then things start flowing better for you. It could be that you felt like if you overgave in a situation or a relationship, that you would get more out of it. And now what you're understanding is maybe you didn't have quite a healthy boundary in that area. Stepping into this energy of, not overgiving so that you can bring more into your own life. Yeah, because you have the temple path on the bottom, and then you have the fifth chakra. This is your throat chakra. Stepping into the energy of being able to really express how you may feel in a certain situation that has taken some of your control, or perhaps there's really kind of a sense of allowing this situation to get out of control because something was bothering you. You didn't want to say no to somebody. It's that type of energy. Yeah, we have fear on the bottom. A sense that if you said no to this person, that they may walk away. If it's a relationship, or if you said no to your boss, that you might lose your job. There's something there. But since this is the temple path and the fifth chakra, it is it's in your energy in order to step into healing your fifth chakra, your throat chakra, and speaking, how you feel to somebody else about this situation. All right, so we're going to go into three major sectors. Once again, general, then career and money, and finally relationships or romance. I love relationships. Yeah, and then you have Ascended Masters on the bottom. I feel like for some of you, there is this energy where, somebody perhaps has taken, there could be secrets or something like that. To me, there's almost kind of like this over allowing somebody to take your energy or your money, your time, your love, something, almost like overtaking. And this has helped you to kind of step into this energy of setting healthier boundaries and then speaking your mind, speaking how you feel in this situation. So let's take a look at the general, the overall. Okay, so you have appreciation here. Yeah, a sense of I feel like you have felt like you haven't been appreciated. Almost the sense of giving out a lot and not getting a lot back, not getting having this sense of appreciation, as if the person or the situation that you have been so generous to just really isn't appreciating it. It could be that you gave a lot to this person or the situation because you had the ability to do that, right? And then all of a sudden you may have needed something. And when you ask this person for some help in some way, they may have said, nah, sorry, can't help you right now. I feel like it's because the person that you may be dealing with or have dealt with set a healthy boundary based on what is good for them, right? And it's almost a sense of, oh my gosh, I can't believe they said no. But part of this is realizing, okay, through this experience that this person has the ability to say no, but maybe perhaps you haven't had the ability up to this point to say no. It's almost like this person is helping you to learn how to say no to others. So I love that energy. Yeah, King of Wands, King of Cups, the Magician, Libra energy with the Justice. It just keeps on going. Lovely energy here, You could have either strong Gemini, Libra energy here. We also, a little bit of this energy of having choices, about, am I doing this out of what I truly feel about the situation? Am I being passionate about it? Am I manifesting from a sense of good, balancing this out? Because, with the Leo energy here, the Strength card, having the strength to balance out these energies here that you have, manifesting from something that is a sense of good, right? The healed part of you instead of the sense of the hurt part of you. So I really like this energy. It's kind of bringing in this balance. Your present energy as you start the year is planning in action. You want to bring change into your life. Wow. Really stepping into that energy of, wait a minute, something in 2022 didn't work out the way that I wanted it to. Reclaiming back your independence, getting your power back in order to plan. How am I going to move forward? How am I going to get the blessings to come my way? Once again, because you may have overgiven in a situation, you're kind of like, okay, wait a minute. I want that. I want to take that back. You're not taking it back, but it's kind of like, I want to bring that into my life. For some of you, it could be that there's a person that, this person that's kind of a teacher on your path. They could have brought something new into their life, new abundance or something. And you're looking at them and you're kind of like, well, how did they do that? And you're recognizing, wait a minute, I want to do that for myself. And I'm not saying that you're going to do it exactly the same way that they did, but I think that this is an opportunity almost to kind of look at, how can I bring that into me, in for myself? Because you're starting the year off with this energy of a true disappointment. The Five of Swords is something, somebody did something, okay, in your realm. I think you may have helped this person out or something like that. And then, there's almost this energy that they said no to you, whatever that might mean. You wanted something back from them and they said no. And it's time for you to make a decision. Whoa, wait a minute. What did I do in that case? I remember I had a situation once where I kind of like overgave to this person. I kind of overgave, but it was kind of like, but this is good. They need it, or, whatever. And then, the tables kind of turned a little bit. And then when I, was looking for some help, it was kind of like, well, I really can't help you, and it was like, oh, okay. But I recognized, what I did was I thought that if I gave to this person, right, enough, that they would then reciprocate. And that really wasn't the situation. It wasn't a really big deal. It wasn't like, but it was enough that it kind of made myself stopped and said, well, wait a minute. Okay, I've got to learn from this situation. I overgave, but there was also this expectation they'll give back to me at some point. And then when that didn't happen, it was kind of like, oh, wait a minute, this is a wake-up call. It's kind of like, when, you've heard the saying, if you loan somebody some money, you should never think of it as, a loan and expect to get repaid. It's that energy of, think of it as a gift because there's a good chance you're never going to see it again. And that's this kind of energy here. So now it's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. I want to take action on what is good for me. I feel like you put a lot into thinking that this person was going to reciprocate in the same way. And now you're realizing, no, I have to take action. I have to make plans that are good for me, right? Without anybody else being involved. Like claiming my independence, understanding that my happiness is my own responsibility. It's really nobody else's responsibility. So your obstacle is professional assistance and the Two of Pentacles. I think for some of you, you may have overgiven financially to, perhaps a family member or, a good friend or something like that. And now you are seeking some kind of advice. You're finding yourself perhaps a little bit short of money, or all of a sudden you're realizing, oh, wait a minute, I have to readjust. There's kind of a sense of readjusting. It could be money, it could be tangible things, it could be your lifestyle, it could be your spending habits, it could be your health, it could be any of those areas. It's almost like, oh, wait a minute, I'm juggling too much. You could be even juggling your finances, trying to move them around to pay things. It's that energy of stealing from Peter to pay Paul, or whatever that saying is. And now you're recognizing, wait a minute, I have to get on top of this. I've kind of gotten this, it's kind of like gotten out of hand. So if you haven't stopped over giving in a certain situation, I think that's your first thing. You're kind of like, okay, I have to say no to that, right? And it could be that you're even having to say no to yourself. If you're kind of like, oh my goodness, I'm overeating, or I'm overindulging in my shopping or something like that. The first thing you might say is no to yourself, right? And saying, okay, I got to get this under wraps. And part of that is perhaps saying no to other people. Yeah, because here you have the consciousness of lack. And then the High Priestess. Your intuition is letting you know perhaps that things are not where you want them to be, whether it's your finances, your health, your relationships, your life in general. It's kind of like, okay, this is not where I want to be. But here's the key. Because you have the Magician, you do not want to be manifesting out of consciousness of lack. And that's what I think the first step here is really getting kind of on top of, for some of you, talking to a financial planner or a nutritionist, a health coach, something. I want to get on top of this situation before I start trying to manifest bringing something new into my life. Because if you're manifesting out of a consciousness of lack, all you're going to do is bring in more lack. So it's, okay, I've got to make a change. I'm feeling this energy that I need to make a change. I want to make a change, right? But I want to kind of focus on what it is that I want to bring into my life and not focus on what I have lost, overgiven, or, the lack of what I have. So I really like this energy, getting it. Kind of a sense of reassessing, it's that Seven of Pentacles energy, kind of reassessing what is it that I have? What is it that I would like to have? The economy is, kind of been all over the place. You may be feeling a little pinched. It's that energy of being pinched. I'm feeling a little pinched, perhaps financially, or, in your health or something like that. Yeah, you're going to get over this. Look at this. Oh my goodness, here's the Seven of Pentacles. Reassessing, what is it that I really want? and then making a plan. And I feel like for some of you, you may actually be seeking professional assistance. Okay, this is what I want for myself in 2023. How do I get myself there? And it's almost like an energy of understanding that you don't have all the knowledge. Okay, you have wisdom. We all have the answers within us, but sometimes the answer that we find in our own intuition is that we need some advice, some help, some professional help, not just family and friends. It's like, okay, I'm going to go hire that nutritionist, that health coach, that financial advisor, that accountant, whatever it is. Because I'm not where I want to be and I want to get there. So it's kind of like, I feel like, for some of you, there's almost this energy of being an ostrich and putting your head in the sand, not wanting to look at this situation, because to look at this situation may bring up these feelings of, I've made a mistake. You haven't made a mistake. This is all on your path. Even the decisions that maybe you made in the past about where to put your money or something like that, that was all on your path, to help open you up to your throat chakra. The thing that you may be having to voice for the very first time is, I need assistance, right? I need help in this area to get me where it is that I want to go. Because you have the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands. So finding victory, recognition, appreciation for what you do. All right. But there's also this sense with the Four of Wands, bringing back in that stability that maybe at this time you don't feel like you have, whether it's financial stability or stability in your health or your relationships. That's all the Four of Wands is. Both of these are about celebrating, and you get to the point of celebrating when you really kind of heal what is ever going on, where you may have overgiven, getting the advice that you may need, and then manifesting what it is that you want by looking forward, not at what you've lost, but at what it is that you're wanting to bring into your life. Really lovely energy there, Aquarius. I feel like at the end of the year, you're really assessing, reassessing, looking at the past and kind of saying, okay, what has gone on there? Where is it I want to go? How do I get there? What's my plan? And then really kind of sticking to your plan. So it's a lovely energy. All right, so let's go to your career and money sector, walking away. Yeah, I feel like this is an energy of actually walking away from a mindset around money that you may have had, kind of like a little bit of a healing energy of, your relationship with money. A relationship with the energy of money is very connected to our relationship with ourselves. How you view money is also how you view your own worthiness in the world. Oh my goodness. And I haven't even looked at these. These are segueing. Yeah, so you have the Four of Swords, healing. This is part of your honoring path. Taking the time to reassess, taking the time to relax, to take a look at what is going well in your life, right? How you would like to improve, taking the time to find the information that you may need, the advice, making a plan about how to go forward, and honoring what it is that you want for yourself instead of perhaps what other people have been kind of asking you for. To me, this is kind of almost an energy of, if you have children or grandchildren or family members that, this kind of came up. I'm trying to think in who's reading, but, kind of they think of you as almost like a walking ATM machine, like that you are constantly willing to give financially, to others. But perhaps having a difficult time of giving to yourself, of spending money for yourself, or perhaps, when you purchase gifts or something, you may be extravagant in those gifts, right? But then when you go to buy something for yourself, you may, search out for, a bargain, right? So there's this energy of walking away from some type of, healing. It's really walking towards healing your energy in your financial sector, of what, money means to you, of how that correlates to your worth. Taking a look at where you put your money, and what it is that you're there's almost this energy of wanting to give money, but then expecting something back. And, perhaps, and just, almost that energy of like trying to please people by over giving in gifts, or or just over giving, and then really in an effort to try to keep those people in your life for some reason. So let's see what we have here. This is, I feel like, Empress, King of Wands, the World, Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups and the Strength card just keep coming out. Yeah, this is something that, I feel like is a childhood energy. The how you feel about money is something that relates back to your childhood, or once again, it could be with your own children. The way that you feel about money, or you may overgive to your children. There's a lot of wisdom that you are gaining in this through this situation. So if you do find yourself a little bit in that financial pinch, it's because it's helping you to realize, well, wait a minute, I don't have enough for myself, right? I've got to take care of myself before I can start taking care of everybody else. And not that you don't want to be generous. It's not that. There's just this sense of overgiving. Right? We want to be generous with what we have, but you don't want to be overly giving, okay, in a sense that you don't then have enough for yourself. So we have the Empress and the King of Wands, Empress energy, family energy coming into this again. And the King of Wands is, to me, the King of Wands could even be somebody in your life that is, how do I say this? A pretty, the King of Wands is extremely attractive, charismatic, energetic, somebody that you really and truly are kind of drawn to, okay? But I feel like this person, whether it could be, once again, a child of yours, or a parent, a friend, somebody. But it's kind of hard to say no to the King of Wands. Okay, let me just say that. Whoever this is, it could be somebody that's just hard to say no to, right? And that you kind of feel, like the Empress is a little bit of that mother energy, just kind of feel very nurturing about this person, want this person to be in your life. This could be somebody that's really fun and everything, okay? But there's a time here for a cycle with this person to end, or the thinking of this person walking away from this sense that I feel like this King of Wands may kind of want or entice you to spend money or do things or go in a certain direction that maybe you're really not wanting to. For some of you, the King of Wands, it could be somebody that likes to travel, wants to see the world, right? And you're kind of like going along, but maybe it's something that really isn't in attune to your heart. Or perhaps this is something you can't afford, but you're saying yes because it's the King of Wands. I can't say no. So let's see what we have here, your obstacle. Yeah, you have temperance and transformation. So this is the death card. Understanding that one way of life has to end, that you need to temper, okay, whatever that is, in your career and money sector temper your spending, your lifestyle, the energy that you put around your money, or what it is when you're putting money out that you are kind of expecting back. This is, once again, what you are healing in 2023, kind of a sense of, under that you have yin yang. This is the energy of the divine masculine and feminine coming together. We all have both of those energies. And I feel like you're kind of embracing that, kind of understanding that you have to transform the way that perhaps you are spending your money. Or the energy that you have around spending money. Once again, like maybe you overgive when you're buying gifts for others, but then you don't buy quality for yourself. Something like that. Because your advice is, it's definitely on your path. Playing it safe. I feel like there is this energy of with your money or your career sector. This really feels very financial, but your career is linked to this. Kind of playing it safe, not following your heart because of your fears related around money, or perhaps you're finding yourself in a financial situation. So let's see, Queen of Wands. Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, when you step into your power, now I think it's interesting because you have the King of Wands here. Now you have the Queen of Wands. Your energy is to get your confidence back, not to overgive, either, spending too much time at work but not being paid for it, or, spending more money on other people than, what you can truly afford. Something like that. You're getting your confidence back, because what you're recognizing is that, okay, I can spend all these hours at work, and I'm not getting paid for them, right? But what am I expecting out of that? Do I think, my boss will think I'm the number one employee or something, or that I'll be the first one promoted? And then something may happen. You don't get that promotion, or, your boss is just taking advantage, not appreciating you for the work that you're doing. That's the key. I think you're recognizing, I'm overgiving. At first you're hurt because it's kind of like, I'm giving so much, but I'm not getting back the appreciation, the recognition, just the thanks, for what, the gratitude for what I am giving. But then you quickly realize, well, it's because I'm allowing myself to overgive in this situation. I'm afraid to say no. Why are you afraid to say no? Well, my boss might not like me anymore, or, my relatives won't like me, my children won't like me. It's kind of like stepping into that energy of just saying no to other people so that you can have what it is that you want. When you stop the gravy train, they're saying that when you stop the gravy train, right? It's kind of like, look at this. You have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. New love, new opportunities, new, job opportunities, new opportunities start opening up to you, and new love. It's almost as if you feel very stuck, like you haven't been getting any good stuff coming your way. It's kind of like, well, let's think of it this way. If I know somebody in my life, we all know somebody like this, like I'll buy a nice gift. Perhaps I'll even put some extra thought, or, spend a little bit more on a special gift for somebody, and then they don't appreciate it, right? Or, then all of a sudden I realize that, they've given it away or something like that. And I know there's a concept that the gift is, a gift. Like the other person has the right to do what it is that they want with the gift, right? But then my feelings might get hurt because, oh my gosh, I put so much time and thought and money into that gift, and then they didn't really appreciate it. It's that type of energy of realizing, okay, now wait a minute, I get to choose, right, what I am willing to give out. I really can't choose what other people return, right? So I am only going to give out what I am really comfortable giving out, the time, the energy, the money that I am really comfortable giving out. And I'm not expecting anything in return. So when I give, I am truly giving from the heart and not worrying about what comes back. When you get to that point, right, then this is what you get. Really lovely energy. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look now at your romantic or relationship sector. Contract. There is almost this sense that, you want long-term committed relationships in your life, but it's almost as if there's almost an energy here of there's expectations, there's expectations attached to the contract. It's almost that they're showing me addendum. It's kind of like, you have the contract and then there's addendums perhaps to it. It's almost kind of like in the past, you may have been attaching addendums, your expectation, but it's not part of the actual contract. It's kind of like your perception of the contract. And I think that is what you're kind of healing. Yeah, because what you're understanding is that those addendums, those expectations that you have on your relationships are causing conflict. And what you're recognizing is, okay, I'm going to walk in a different direction. I'm going to walk towards what is my, true cup of love, or my 9 of cups, my 10 of cups, and not worry so much about making other people happy. That is the key. That is that you are in charge of your own happiness. It's almost like, well, I give to other people, but then I want them to give back to me in some way. It doesn't have to be the same exact way, but in some type of energy. Now you're recognizing, no, I'm in charge of my own happiness. No one has to give something back to me. I used to be one of those people, somebody gave me, like my neighbor gave me a little Christmas gift or something like that. I felt like, oh my gosh, I have to have something. I have to give something back. Well, in reality, right, if you give a gift, you're giving something. You're not really and truly expecting something back. If I give one of my neighbors a little token of a gift at this time of year, right, I really don't expect them. And I would actually kind of be like, oh my gosh, why did they do that? If they felt like they had to give something back to me, right? So it's walking away towards conflicts that could be in your relationships, because you have perhaps in the past, and I feel once again, this is something from childhood, that, you give what you get or something like that, or you get what you give. There's almost that you're healing that type of energy and just understanding, no, I'm going to give when I feel like giving, out of the purity of my heart and the purity of giving, with no agenda attached to it. And when you do, that is when, once again, the opportunities of, love and abundance come pouring into your life. Yeah, the devil energy on the bottom, being attached to a certain a belief that is really holding you back from the true happiness you are seeking in your life. And once again, I feel like that is something that you kind of, got from childhood. Yeah. All right. So 4 of Swords on the bottom. Love this. 9 of Pentacles, that energy of, true independence. Understanding, once again, that your happiness is your own. It really is. Each of us is in charge of our own happiness. And I feel like you haven't been that happy in your relationships. I feel like you have been overgiving in your relationships, reassessing. Okay, which of these relationships do I want to keep? Which of these relationships do I want to pull back some of my energy? Which of these relationships, do I want to move on from, right? And then the Hermit, going within, asking yourself those difficult questions, knowing that you have the wisdom within you. Because, here it is, your obstacle is back and forth and the 6 of Swords. You can't move on to the happiness that you are seeking as long as you are going back and forth and trying to make other people happy. So the back and forth energy is, okay, Okay, well, I'm going to go do this because this is what I want to do. And then somebody calls you up and says, "Oh, Aquarius, can you come over and help me out with this? Or do you have this I can borrow? Or do you have some money I can borrow?" Or something like that. And then you're going towards your own happiness, but then you go back to make somebody else happy, right? Well, when you keep going back and trying to make other people happy instead of yourself happy, then what happens is you can't move forward. You can't find the happiness, the success, the joy, the love, the light, the fulfillment that you're looking for. Now, I know some of you are going to say, yes, but I am happy when I make other people happy. But here's the key. How do you know that you're really making them happy? It's kind of like when I would buy a gift for somebody and I thought they were going to love it, and then they just, give it away or something. We can't determine what makes other people happy. We can't be in charge of their happiness, right? When we're doing things for other people, if we're doing it truly because it makes us happy, then there is no addendum attached to it. It's kind of like, okay, I'm just doing this, out of the goodness of my heart, right? I'm just giving something to give it. So I love this energy because I feel like you're seeing that fine line between thinking that you're making other people happy by over giving in a certain situation, and then realizing, wait a minute, I've kind of tricked myself. It's a little bit of I've tricked myself into thinking that was going to make them happy and therefore make me happy. But my true happiness is really maybe doing something totally different. And it's not about making other people happy. It's about, what does my heart want to do? What's my soul purpose? What am I here for? Who can I heal? How can I share my story? How can I share my love, my light, my spiritual gifts, my creative abilities with the world? That is going to make you happy, not trying to make other people happy. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, the Hanged Man and letting go. Finally, let go of this idea that, happiness is, part of the contract. I'm going to make you happy. You're going to make me happy. No, I'm in charge of my own happiness. You're in charge of your own happiness. And it's just seeing this in a different perspective. When you see it in a different perspective, that is when new love will come in for you. All right, so let's see what we have here. Lovely energy, because I feel like right here at the beginning of 2023, you're understanding this concept that you may have been working through for the last, really honestly, it could be, 2, 5, 6 years, in the making of, just recognizing, okay, I just keep hitting these conflicts in my relationship. Why? Why is that? And now it's kind of like, oh my goodness, the key is to step into taking care of my own happiness, right? And moving forward on that path. And when you do, it's kind of like everything is smooth sailing. It's kind of all of a sudden it brings in your happiness. But I feel like because you're in a better place, it also helps your connections. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh. No way. Yeah. You're blocking this because it's almost like the Queen of Pentacles. You're blocking it because you're trying to take care of other people instead of listening to yourself about what it is that you truly want in your life. It's almost like you're staying really busy trying to make other people happy, but now all of a sudden you're realizing that's not making me happy. And it's an epiphany. It's a tower moment where you see things in a different way. You see the perspective of this shift in your viewpoint, right, about all of this. 3, major arcana, death. You're ending this belief system that maybe you have carried from childhood, You're ending that. And something is divinely timed to come in to give you these blessings, to help bring in the sunshine that you maybe haven't seen in a long time. The true happiness that you have been searching for, but you just didn't have, to me, the Wheel of Fortune here is kind of like the key ingredient that you were missing. kind of like you were making a recipe and you were making it, but it was kind of like, yeah, there's just something missing. And you find the key here. The key is I'm going to focus on my own happiness and allow everybody else to focus on their own happiness, right? And in the end, oh my goodness, we're all happy. So I love this energy. I really do. All right, so let's pull an angel card to finish this out. And Aquarius, I do personal readings. If you're interested in perhaps a personal 2023 reading, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, that one is popping out. Let's see. Positive outcome. At this very moment, you are sowing the seeds of your future through your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes. Whether through love, fear, or indifference, you are always creating something. So remember to keep your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes positive, and you will create a positive outcome. What a beautiful message that goes along with this so well, because it's kind of like, this energy of, I feel like you may have gotten a little bit in a negative energy because people weren't reacting to your generosity the way that you wanted them to. Now you're understanding, okay, they have the right to go get their own happiness, whatever that might mean. And, I have the right to go get my own happiness. And in the end, we all will be happy. Well, I'm going to leave it there. What a beautiful reading for you. I really wish you a very happy new year and much love and light and joy to you throughout 2023. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.